Now from Hollywood, California, the horror capital of the world, the Boulet Brothers, creatures of the night.
Hello, darlings. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Boulet Brothers Creatures of the Night. The Dark Triad is fully formed. We're all here and ready to roll on what will be our last recap post mortem for season 3 of the Boulet Brothers Dragula. Can you believe it?
No, it's been kind of fun rewatching it. I think we've all mentioned this before. Rewatching season 3 has made me appreciate it because for the longest time I was like, I'm not even going to look at it. It's just going to trigger me. But I don't feel that way anymore.
Yeah, I no longer feel like a trigger happy alcoholic. I do still feel like I need a Xanax, but overall, I love this season. I love it. It's amazing.
We're not going to get there just yet, but I do want to reference the very beginning, like the setup of the season's recap. Because when we saw it all out on a timeline, when that was rolling out, when I was rewatching the finale, I was like, this really underlines how epic season 3 is.
Oh, yeah. This is the finale and the season of 100 recaps, which I'm sure we'll get to as well. There's like 5 of them. But the opening one really, it was amazing. Kind of almost the opposite of the way that I felt when we were watching the reunion, which is like, oh, who the fuck is that? Like, I was watching this reunion specially kind of thing at the very beginning. I was like, oh my God, the drag of this season is so good.
Yeah, I agree. And the drama too. Like it was just registering in all areas of the show.
I do think the last couple episodes were a little quiet on the Richter scale. There was a couple of attempted flare-ups, but I would consider them unsuccessful.
I think that's natural, right? Like I think by and large, by the time we're at this point in almost any season, the bad seeds have been kind of separated and removed from the bunch, and everyone's been around each other for months at this point, and it's no longer about like fighting for your place. It's about focusing on yourself. So It makes sense that the drama diminishes.
Unless it's a Titan season, then they rip at each other until
then they just go insane. Yeah, they just go insane like the whole time.
Yes. Oh my God, we love it. We love to see it.
But before we get to Titans, we're going to revisit season 6 because spring is now moving into summer, which means the S6 tour is almost upon us. Ooh.
I can't wait. Oh my God. Well, I have to ask, can I get backstage? Like, I'm a huge fan. I promise not to freak out.
Don't worry, girl. VIP, you can come to the meet and greet. First dibs on a seat.
Yes! I'm gonna cry. I just hope you know I'm gonna trauma dump. I'm gonna cry. It's gonna be everything, honey.
Yes. So, of course, the tour will feature us, but the 3 finalists from season 6 and the winner, Asia Consent, will be there. Gray Matter, Anti-Heroine. And, of course, we have our special guests as well, Jaharia, Majesty, and Pi. The tour kicks off on August 21st. I think the first day is Chicago. So if you want tickets, please get them now at dragulalive.com. And speaking of the summer, as it's heating up and getting hot, we are giving fans a fabulous and freaky way to cool off. Next month, we'll be releasing our Boulet Bloodbath bath bombs in July.
Yes!
and yes, it's a little black coffin that you lay in your bathtub and it bleeds everywhere and turns the water blood red. And I do love it.
Okay, the like going in as like a black coffin and then like the blood coming out of it is such a slay. That's so fierce. I cannot wait.
It's cute. I'll warn consumers, it may stain your soul and your tub. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I thought the first one did. The first ones we released, and then we pulled them, and then we got them remade.
I hope so. I can't remember. Like, those were produced so long ago, and we never released them, so I can't even remember what happened.
Remember, the first ones were black, and so the water turned black, and that's what stained the tub. But when we switched to red, it didn't anymore.
Okay.
That's why I was going to redo the bathroom, so I could take a video of the bath bomb.
Oh, nice. Very
I forgot.
nice.
I was like, why am I trying to do that this weekend? Oh, right. Anyways.
Wow. So where can we get these Boulet bloodbath bath bombs?
Oh, that's going to be on the site. What is our website? I forget. I haven't visited in so long.
BouletBrothersDragula.com.
Come
There you
on,
go.
promo. Come
Look,
on, merch.
I can only plug one .com per episode, and that's dragulalive.com.
Yeah.
I am excited about the tour, though. I'm sad that Ian won't come because it was so fun every time he came on tour with us.
Mhm.
But we'll see you in Austin, and maybe you could follow us for a couple of stops.
Oh my God, don't tempt me. But also, bitch, I love how you're like, Ian won't come. Oh my God. But no, honestly, I was thinking about the tour. I was thinking about the tour because I was listening to Creatures of the Night, the greatest podcast ever made. And I was like, wow, like the podcast was always so fun to do on tour. And I can't wait to see what y'all are going to pull out for this tour because this cast is killer. Y'all are amazing. Bitch, I'm sat.
We're going to do a lot of live singing, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, from our Halloween EP.
Oh my God, that's fierce. Can we get any sort of like teasers?
Well, we'll probably switch it around a little every night because I'll get bored if we do the same songs over and over. So it'll probably be a little different everywhere.
I think it's safe to say that Ghost Train will definitely get a feature just because it was a challenge for season 6 and the song is really cute. So I kind of can't wait to do that.
I hope you sing Wicked Love. I'm just saying, I'm guessing you won't, but I just was listening to it the other day and that's my go-to, girl.
All right. That's like the most listened to track, I think.
Is it?
It was for a very long time. I haven't checked since the Halloween House Party release, though.
Let me look.
While Drac looks, Ian, have you seen any good horror movies lately?
I have seen a horror movie that I did not love, but everyone else loves, which was Bring Her Back.
Don't tell us anything about it because we're going to see it this weekend.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah, I can't wait to discuss with y'all. And I'm interested to hear what you have to say about it. Like, no spoilers. It is a very well-made movie. I'll say that. Yeah.
I'm surprised it's getting this reaction from you specifically because I looked it up. We were going to go watch it last week and it said like relentless, like grim and emotionally devastating. And I was like, I don't think I need that in my life tonight because my stress levels are like through the roof. I need something a little more chill. But, you know, you love that bleak, desolate escape of a movie. So I'm surprised.
Yeah, I can't give anything away. There's a lot of fun stuff in it. And it's funny because the more reviews that come out for it, I'm like, ooh, I really am alone in this. Damn, it's just me over here on Bring Her Back Island.
Hey, there's a 50% chance that one of us are going to be on your side.
You know, I feel like that's actually a pretty safe bet when we do movie reviews in general. So I'm excited.
I felt the same way about being on an island when it came to Long Legs. I was like, I don't think so. I mean, that's a hell no.
Yeah.
And everybody was gagging like it was amazing. And I was just not phased at all.
Yeah, I remember that. You were adamantly opposed, which I actually kind of live for. I'm like, I love when we can not fight, we battle over movies.
Yeah.
Okay, I got the numbers. Are you all ready?
I'm ready.
Lay it on us, Diva.
The #1 stream song of ours is Wicked Love at 500,000 streams, which is great.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. 500,000. Girl, Lena, gloss over it. Why don't you?
That is pretty major.
Now, what do you all think would be the second one?
I think it really does matter how they rolled out and when they rolled out. So I'm going to pick a little bit of an older one, Time to Die.
Yep, that's it. With 211,000 streams. Then is Ghost Train, which beats All Hallows Eve by 1,000 streams.
Oh, okay. So they're close. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But you know, those songs were released years after the other ones, so I don't know what that means.
Well, I don't know what that means, but you know, it is a fact.
Me watching Bring Her Back. Well, I don't know what that means.
Yeah. You know what else we watched? It's a new Apple TV show called Murderbot. Have you heard of it?
No, but it's on my list. Is it good?
It's good.
Really
you
fun.
guys should watch it. Like they're little short, like half-an-hour episodes. It's fast. It's funny as hell. It's an easy watch and it's super entertaining.
Yeah.
Fierce.
A lot of action, a lot of killing, like not so much horror, but very fun.
Oh, I love that. Actually, there is one movie that I saw that I really did like.
What?
Which one?
It's Ugly Stepsister.
Oh, you liked it.
I loved it. Did y'all not like it?
No, it wasn't that.
Yeah, we were at that Overlook Film Festival where they were previewing it. And we signed up to watch it, but we got our time screwed up or something and we missed it, but we heard a lot about it at the film festival. And you liked it?
It's so fun. It is a blast. Great soundtrack, amazing costumes, and just like really fun. Like I just found myself being like, yay, body horror.
They told us like, they're like, oh, well, if you're not into torture, don't watch this movie. And I was like, what?
I don't know that I'd call it torture. I mean, there is some gruesome stuff that happens, but I mean, it's not like Saw or Hostel or anything like that.
But it looks like she saws off her nose to like spite her face or something like that.
Her weird little pig nose and all.
Yeah.
No, she just painted a Cynthia nose on, I think.
Okay.
It's a makeup trend from the Victorian era.
So a different kind of torture. Love you, Cynthia.
I'll never forget JK and Talking Heads. That pig nose is fierce.
Fierce. Yeah. Oh my God. What a line. So classic.
So good.
There's other stuff coming out this summer too. I'm really looking forward to it. I Know What You Did Last Summer, the remake. I'm definitely going to be sat for that. I'm excited to see it, even though I know it's going to suck. Megan 2.0, which is definitely something fun to go and see. And it's funny because I was just kind of like scrolling through Instagram and I came across some Pride thing in WeHo, and there were an army of marching Megans marching down Santa Monica Boulevard, and then they stopped and they did the whole like dance routine thing, and like it was really fun.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I love that they're going like full tilt, crazy, stupid action for the sequel. I'm like, absolutely, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I'm trying to think of what else is coming out. There's like a bunch of stuff coming.
The new Conjuring.
Ooh,
that's coming
out.
The
trailer looks good for that. Ooh, the Alien Earth show is coming.
Right. When does that start?
I want to say August. They actually just released the first like full trailer for it, and she looks stunty.
Oh, you know something else that's coming out on July 8th is our Dead by Daylight skins.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Everyone needs to get them immediately the day they come out and break the server.
Yes. Oh my God.
I'm breaking up with all of the listeners for about 2 minutes because it's time to take a break, but we're going to get back together as soon as we're back.
All right, everybody, we are back, and it's time to finally dig into the Boulet Brothers Dragula Season 3, Episode 10, the grand finale.
That's right. I forgive you, and we're back together. So let's move on to the grand finale. We're going to start at the beginning when Drac is calling out to the creatures of the night, hear us, and Alucard, and all of that. Like, I loved it then, and I love it now.
You're forgetting... Hear me.
Us. No, us. Hear us. No, I didn't forget. I love it.
Oh, I thought you were also forgetting. What is Allagan? What
yeah, I didn't forget.
My favorite listener question of like recent episodes. Loved it.
Watching that back, I think that scene is pretty cool, actually.
It is. I really like it. I loved seeing Bitch and Vander with us, and it was just such a great homage to the craft, and it was cool. And I thought it was well scripted, and it looked cool.
Yeah, the cinematography looked good for, we had very limited budget then, and it still looks good, I think. So, of course, we all used our gay power and made it look better than it should have.
That's right. Yes. I thought we were extremely cute when they brought that track out in the middle of the woods where we were, and we're like, the cameras are going to move on this track. And I was like, oh my God, upgrade.
Girl, we had
train track.
We had train tracks and the ghost train. We also had a thunder and lightning machine, which I was like, oh, we're going to get the cops called on us. Where?
Nice. So that was fun. And then we dive in with our finalists. And a moment that kind of had me cringing, but reminded me that it actually happened from the reunion, was Priscilla bringing up the fact that the votes from the rest of the cast were kind of split, maybe close to even between Landon and Priscilla only. Like no one said Dalia's name, not even her girlies, Madeline or Eva.
I think in a competition setting, Dalia is extremely polarizing, like to every single person on the cast. I just think that's the case. I don't know what it is. I don't know what brings it out of her, but I definitely think that is the case. So I'm not that surprised. I don't think they were not picking her because of her talent level. I think they were not picking her because they were being pissy.
Yeah. They didn't want to see, like, I'll just speak in like layman's terms, not that I think she's a bitch, but they didn't want to see a bitch win.
Right.
Yeah.
A villain. Yeah. Which, you know, she was sort of a villain. I always thought she was just very direct and I appreciated it. She kind of said what she thought, which some of the other cast just said it in talking heads and didn't say it to their face. So,
Yeah. I think many Dragula competitors can learn from the school of Dalia Black in that specific way. Speak your mind. I'm curious, Ian, do you consider Dalia a villain when you look back, or from your perspective, or not?
I have two perspectives. I'll use my producer vision, which is I did not see her as a villain. I just saw her as someone who was there to play the game and who I thought who had great drag and also pissed a lot of people off, but that is just sort of how that happens. However, as a viewer, I definitely see how she is the villain of the show. Not that she's a bad person or that she is villainous, but when you have heroes and villains and the super villain challenge is episode 1, you know,
she wins.
I can definitely see it.
Well played.
Before we go further, you have to look at Ian's name in the
yes! Oh my god, I was waiting for you to notice it.
I almost lost it right in the middle of you talking.
All I see is MX Potato, and is it going to say like potato?
It's MX Potato Day.
Potato Day.
I have been sitting here as girl. I've been sitting here as MX Potato Day this whole episode, like just waiting.
We need to release our own MX Potato Day.
Yeah.
Happy Pride.
Yeah. We need dolls. We need Funko Pops. We need MX Potato Day.
It's also funny because I feel like MX Potato Day would not have flown previously. And now I'm like, oh yeah, MX Potato Day. Like, absolutely. That's me, mama. Like, yes.
The world is getting cooler, I think.
Yeah. Speaking of MX Potato Day, have you watched The Last of Us recently?
Oh my God.
They are dragging her so hard.
And I get it. Like, so I played the games and I've watched the show, and I'm not going to say anything online because I'm not some evil asshole on the internet, but they are butchering the game. Like,
are they?
Oh my god! Like, we had to stop watching. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Oh,
like,
wow, 2? Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, are y'all watching it all?
We watched the whole thing.
Yeah, we saw the whole thing.
Oh, the main thing that I really dislike, and again, this is just subjective. In the games, Ellie is a cold-blooded psychopath. Like, she has the only thing on her mind is kill Abby. There's no levity. The game is very dark. Like, it's actually like hard to play. Like, at the end, I was like, oh my god, this is exhausting. And I feel like they're really trying to like make the show palatable for more people, which I can understand why they would, but like that line with the like, I'm gonna be a dad, and then she like fingers her girlfriend. I'm like, sister, girlfriend, the apocalypse is happening around you.
They were like, the gay scene worked really well on season 1. We won awards for that. Let's try it again. And everyone was like, not the same thing.
Yeah.
I wonder about some of the characters too. If you play the game, are there characters that were made up just for the show, or are those actually characters that were in the game?
One character who is not in the games, who I actually really appreciate, is Catherine O'Hara's character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the therapist isn't in the games.
Oh, okay.
I think she's going to be in more episodes in season 3 is what I read.
When is that? Is that coming out, or they haven't filmed it yet?
That I don't know, but I love Catherine O'Hara. Like, she can kind of do no wrong for me.
Yeah.
You are a gay, so.
I am an MX Potato Day, so.
It's interesting watching her do a serious role because I keep waiting for the punchline with her because that's all we know from her.
Yeah.
What the hell are we talking about? What?
Oh, I know. We completely got off track. Sorry. Back to Dalia and everyone.
Oh, I know. It was MX Potato Day that started it.
That is what threw us off. And for those that care, I do not look at Dalia as a villain of this season. I mean, sometimes her behavior is a little villainous, but I think that's just because she's kind of cutthroat with her opinions and her perspective, and she's very free to share them, which I actually appreciate. But I do think there are other members on the cast that I would put in the villain category before I put Dalia there.
From season 3?
From season 3.
Ooh.
Like who?
Now, why would you even ask me that? Because you know, Dalia and I share some DNA because I will tell you. And then when we come to editing, you're like, you got to take that out. So I'm just gonna save myself that edit.
I am usually the moderator and I can't ask you questions that you can't answer. So I'm taking full advantage of the opportunity right now.
Well, I applaud you for that.
I don't know why I thought when you were like, I share some DNA with Dalia, I was like, is your drag grandmother also Madeline Hatter?
shit.
Like, that's
Wow.
crazy. I didn't know that, girl.
Dahlia Black is our drag grandmother.
Now make that make sense.
That is crazy.
Don't try to figure it out. Just, okay, go with it.
All drag is valid.
Exactly. Also, not to kind of change the tone, but it's important. Landon sharing his cancer journey, I thought
yeah.
was
God.
huge. And it wasn't in a like poor me kind of way. Like
Yeah.
it was very factual. You know, he hadn't really talked about it during the season. And I think it's cool that he waited until the very end to talk about it.
No, I totally agree. Because that could be a point where like, oh, I'm going to make this moment for myself, or this is like my story arc or whatever. I respected it so much that it came out so late. And wow, just to see how much Landon's wife was there and supportive and the emotion, like, and how appreciative Landon was that she was there, it started getting me in my feelings until she said, well, you know, having cancer surgery isn't the best thing for a lesbian to have.
Yeah.
and then I thanked Landon for that moment of levity.
Absolutely. It was so good. And I had forgotten that that is a part of this season. I mean, I'm aware of that for Landon's life and Landon's history, but hearing him say all of that, I was like, this is actually like one of the scariest and saddest things on the show. But it doesn't come off like you said, Drac. It's like, it's not woe is me. Landon speaks about it from a position of maturity and almost like power. I really respect that moment from him.
To me, Landon can kind of do no wrong. They're so well balanced in their personality and in their career. Like you said, they can talk about something kind of sad, switch and make it a joke real quick and laugh about it. And I don't know. I've always enjoyed being around them. And I think I was really happy the way that this season turned out for that reason.
No, I totally agree. And it was something that I was going to bring up a little bit later, but since we're kind of like on Landon for a moment, there was a moment when Landon talked about the significance of a king and referencing like the kingdom of drag. And at this stage, I don't think any other show had featured a drag king as a competitor. And it was just such a moment to have someone not only be there as a drag king, which is so underrepresented, but also a great fucking drag king, like potentially the best drag king there is. That leads me to the expansion of the drag world, which is the King of Drag, like that new show that's coming out, which features Landon as it should, but also Tenderoni and Moby Dick and Murray Hill and a lot of kind of legendary drag kings. There is such a thing. And if you don't know, you just look it up and then you will. I appreciate that it's there and I wish them nothing but the best.
Hey, lesbians are having a moment. Remember you told me about that lesbian sports bar that's opening?
Oh, the sports bra. Yeah.
Wait, whoa.
A couple of across the country in a couple of cities.
Hell yeah.
A friend of ours just moved to Portland and she was here 2 nights ago and she told me, she's like, oh, I applied for this place called the Sports Bra. And I was like, girl, oh my God, I love that name for a lesbian sports bar, the Sports Bra. One of the gay identities on Instagram or whatever, like the Pride thing or Pink News or whatever, it's so successful up there that they're opening up 5 other locations across the country.
That's amazing. Oh my God.
Everyone said that, you know, lesbian bars are gone for good, but they're coming back.
That is so fierce. Oh my God.
Do you remember that party in New York?
I know what you're going to say. Meow
What?
Mix.
Yeah.
Meow
Oh
Mix.
my God. Or what about, is it a bar or a party? Lunchbox?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
But
yeah,
Is
there's
that
one
San
in-
Francisco?
Oh, I don't know. Nathan talks about Lunchbox and I'm like, girl, what are you doing at Lunchbox? And he's like, yeah, it's like a lesbian bar. I'm like, is it something I don't know? Like, okay, cool. Work.
I love a good lesbian bar. There was one in Washington, D.C. called the Hung Jury.
Amazing. You know what? Okay, what is up with there's no good like gay bar names anymore. Like the lesbian bars have all the good names. I'm like, bring that back.
I can't believe there's not a place in WeHo called Big Dick's Sports bar.
Yeah.
It's just right there. It's just right there.
Well, Mario did have big fat dick for years. That was
But that's a party. We need
really successful though.
We need a sign out front that says that.
Yeah.
Dude.
Or just straight up like Big Daddies, right? Like Big Daddies
Ooh.
would be fun. I mean, Ian would go there probably, you know.
I'd be living in the walls, honey.
Didn't we have a party called that? Yeah, we did.
That was our prototype before Queen Kong. We did Big Daddies the opening night of Precinct.
Did we?
So
Yes, we
fierce.
did. The very first night that they were open, little known tea, the owners were very good friends of ours. They had a hand in like the beginning of the Dragula parties. They were like running out of money. They're like, we're basically going to illegally open tonight and we need to make some more money to finish the bar. And I was like, yes. I was so excited that they were willing to go that crazy and punk for it. And the air conditioning, it was summer. The air conditioning was not together. I remember that place being so packed. The walls were sweating. It was just wet.
Yep. And I remember we were on stage with no lights and just yelling to the crowd because there was no microphone either.
That is so iconic.
The bad old days.
That was like such a great party, but I was like, I can never do this again because why am I at this party? Like, I don't belong at this party. It's a great concept and it's doing really well, but I'm like, no, we got to stop it. I get bored too easily.
Love it. Love it.
Let's steer this crazy train back into the lane of this finale. I want to revisit the looks, the glamour, filth, and horror.
Oh,
of it all.
yeah.
So let's start with glamour. My thought is this: Landon was giving Smooth Criminal so fucking hard.
Yes.
The look, but also like the hand motioning and just
the hat,
the hat, everything, like everything. What were you gonna say, Drac?
For me, I think Dalia took this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I do. I think that Dalia's glamour was really great. And I love that there was a story with it, with the OD and all that. I love Priscilla's too, because it was very Priscilla. There's something about the color combination that I just didn't sit right with me. We've talked about it 100 times, but I know you guys both really liked it.
I wanted to revisit the controversy that is Priscilla's glamour look. Because I think we fought about this look and the fans actually love this look. So what do you think, Drac, about turning vomit into glam?
I mean, I love it if that's your brand. I think Priscilla incorporates a lot of filth and fun stuff like that into her drag. So I'm not against it. It's just the colors, you know. I don't know. I couldn't get over that.
Damn. Well, I mean, at this point in the competition, those things do matter. And it really is sometimes like it's like the small details. I really love Priscilla's glamour. I will say, though, it's almost a no for me because sometimes I'm like, it's glamour. Just do glamour. There's no need to pull a filth stunt or do this. I'm like, just be glamorous. I will say I do like Dalia's glamour for that reason. Like when she showed up in sort of that almost like grayscale paint too, I was like, this is sickening.
Yeah.
This is fierce.
Speaking of Dalia and gray scale, I want to move to Dalia's filth look because I think this Baba Yaga interpretation is a little underappreciated. Like I love the hag hair of it all. I really appreciate that the baby prop looked real. It didn't look like a store-bought toy. I do wish she had a different bat or whatever that stick was. I felt like the Louisville Slugger of it all just brought me right out of the fantasy, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm going to fight you on this one. I fight with Nathan about this because this is, I think, Nathan's favorite look of the season.
Oh my God, really?
Of the season?
It might be. And we have, I know. And so then we fight because I was like, love a Baba Yaga, love a baby crushing, Jill off, jerk off fantasy, like whatever's happening, like love it. The Louisville Slugger, I can't get over. And also I'm like, you're wearing a rag. Like you are like, this is not an outfit. This is just a rag. I will say I get you're Baba Yaga. What are you going to do? Show up in a fucking like in a gown? Like, you know, you're going to be wearing rags. But at the same time, I'm like,
well, what did you all think of Landon and Priscilla's filth?
For me, Dalia stood out. I mean, Landon kind of brought me down a road that I didn't really feel like going down, which is like this nasty prepubescent boy like jerking off on everything with a sex doll. I mean, it was kind of genius for the moment, but personally, it's not my thing. And sort of the same with Priscilla's. Even though I loved her lunch lady, I thought it was like if Bitch Pudding's janitor worked in a school, this would be the school's kitchen cook. They kind of came from the same world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think that Landon's filth is cool in the sense that it has a lot going for it. Like there's so many props. I mean, there's stuff from my character on the season 2, which I just thought was really cute. But again, I think this is one of those arenas where I'm like, I know that airbrushed bodysuits are a key part of drag king aesthetics and things. And like, definitely not saying that it's not a well done bodysuit, but it's a bodysuit and underwear.
I kind of liked it just because it was a different kind of filth. You know, it was sort of this masculine filth that no one's presented before. And having a drag king do that, I'm like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, and no one really could, too. I guess you're right about that. So in light of that, absolutely.
Yeah, and I love Priscilla's as well. I do think, you know, coming off of season 2 where Bitch did her janitor look, it was a little too on the nose, in my opinion.
I agree.
Maybe also I'll rescind my comment about Landon's filth because it just hits too close to home. I'm like, this is just me, just jizz on everything.
Did she apologize to you afterwards?
for stealing my look? For like seeing what I'm like offset? Absolutely not.
So wait, we have to talk about the horror look too.
Yes, exactly.
So, oh my God, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Staring into the screen?
What are you doing?
I'm running this here podcast. Go on, Drac. Horror. You were right.
You.
For me, Dalia's is still epic. Whether she was referencing her family or not, like this multi-faced Cenobite skin-wearing glam was really cool.
I think this look is fucking fierce, and it doesn't even need the story to make it cool. Like, it just visually is really stunning.
I agree.
The story adds to it, but ultimately, I'm like, you could watch this with no context and be like, oh, that's fucking scary looking.
100%.
Yeah, I think it's one of the more epic finale looks, actually, because it's just really original. And I love that it was a direct reference to what people have been saying about her all season with the, like, you're talking about your family all the time. You think you deserve the crown and all this, or, you know, it should be handed to you or whatever. So I kind of like that. And I love that it was actually cast of her friend group at the time's actual faces.
At the time.
At the time.
Well, you know.
At the time.
I don't think it's a mystery that there was a falling out, right?
Right. Awkward. At this time, let's shift to what I think of as a underappreciated look, which is Priscilla's succubus persona, where she pulls off her face. I wish there were a couple of tweaks to this. I wish the reveal like held out just a little bit longer, and maybe those wings were kind of bigger and a little bit more grand, a little bit more impactful for a finale. But as a concept, what's pretty on the outside can be really twisted and ugly on the inside. I thought that was such a cool message.
Mm-hmm.
Revisiting the finale in this season, it's interesting. We get this conversation a lot about, and really it's used, I think, as a knife against Dalia of like, well, what is the character? Like, what's the story you're telling? And I think that's important for a lot of looks, but sometimes drag is just fierce and fun. For me, this is Priscilla's horror. I'm like, you just look scary and weird, and I'm unsettled, and I really appreciate that look.
I thought it was great too, because at first I really didn't realize she had a mask on, and then I was like, "What is she doing?" And I was like, "Oh, okay."
It was cool. And what about Landon's reimagining of a classic Oz character, which is has a ton of queer undertones to it, but I thought this was really cool too.
It's interesting to see how drag trends change because this type of material was super in vogue at the time. Like that, like kind of shiny metallic material. And for Landon to sort of hone in on that and use it for the Tin Man, I thought was great. And I love the mannequin getting pulled out. That's Dorothy. Like, it's really cute.
I love a reference to Oz, and I love that it was horror in Oz. So I was a fan. And so then we get 2 more recaps or montages, I think, right? Before we get to the crowning.
Like 2 or 3. And I don't know if you all remember, we tried to shoot Deliberation with really shitty lighting. And then we saw the edit and we were like, nope, this ain't going in. Sorry, no deliberation this year.
That's right. I thought we just didn't do it. We actually cut it.
I think it went like this. We weren't sure if that was like an appreciated segment of the show. Mm-hmm. And I think we sort of like was questioning that while we were shooting. And then it got to the finale and we were like, oh, you know what? Let's just get it in case we want to put it in. But it was an ill-planned voyage right out of the gate because just the lighting and prepping and all that stuff that you need to make that look right. And then it didn't and it flopped. So you didn't see it.
Flop.
But our looks definitely didn't flop because I thought we looked fabulous
yes!
for the crowning. And what a moment for the show's history. And I think just modern drag that Landon is crowned on season 3.
Yeah. And I mean, Landon to me is either one of or the most successful winner from the show as in terms of what they've done after the fact, I think. What do you guys think of that?
Oh, yeah, I think totally fair to say. And like I mentioned earlier, Landon is on another show and Landon should be judging drag because he's excellent.
Yeah,
absolutely. I also, not to be that girl, but I think Landon looks so fierce in his crowning look. And
me too.
Crowning is such a strange element sometimes. It's like, I'll never understand what goes through certain competitors' minds when they get to crowning. It's like they just totally ink. They're like, I'm going to look really weird. And I'm like, don't do that. Like Landon looks, and I'm not saying that for Dalia or for Priscilla, but just sort of in general, but Landon looks so hot. I'm like, this is like Landon. It's just done. I love it.
I'm just going to say it for future contestants. Your crowning look really, really matters. And I will say has influenced who has won in the past.
Wow. Girl, the cat is out of the bag.
There's one, and I know we shall not say, but there is one that I'm like, oh, you goofed.
Mm-hmm.
You goofed.
Because you have us sitting there and we're like, oh, I don't know who should win. And we're like, okay, we picked this one. And then if they show up and it looks ridiculous or not on brand or something, I'm like, let's go back and have another chat about this.
Like, oh my God. Cut. I need to visit stage B. Would you guys follow me in the back for a conversation?
Stage B! Yes.
Do either of you have any last minute thoughts about season 3 before we put her back in the tomb?
My final thought is this. I'm very happy and grateful that we went back and watched it again because I think time has healed wounds and I have a huge newfound appreciation for the filth, horror, and glamour of it all for Dragula season 3.
Only other things I'll say on the finale, I love the audition videos. I think if I could say anything for future casts, look to these 3. Like, I think those audition videos are so sickening. And Dalia's gigantic breastplate and blonde Italian bimbo wig is one of my favorite things of the season. And season 3 is awesome. My mind has been changed. Like, I really loved it. And I loved discussing it with y'all.
Yeah, I did too. I love the recap. It was really enlightening to rewatch it. Some people have said before, season 3 is my favorite. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? But then I'm like, oh, okay. Now rewatching it from a fan's point of view, watching it, I would enjoy it. Making it, not so much.
Agreed.
All right, let's take a quick break. And we come back, we're going to answer all of your listener questions.
We are back, and it's time to reach into our huge bag of listener mail and answer all of your burning questions. Miss Ian, would you do the honors?
Ooh, it's MX now, but yes, of course.
MX Potato Day, could you please do the honors?
Ari asks, my question is for Drac and Swan. With all of your announced projects this year, it got me wondering, how much does the filming schedule of Dragula take away from other projects you'd like to do?
I would say quite a bit, to be honest with you. There's a lot of things that we want to do, that we have opportunities to do, but Dragula sort of in the first position. So when it gets renewed and multiple renewals and all that, it really becomes a priority and other things have to go on the back burner a little bit. But I do think we're catching up a bit, and next year we're going to have a lot of opportunities and a lot of new things coming out.
Yeah, I agree. I think it took a number of seasons for the show to really solidify into like the freaky expression of just queerness and weirdness and darkness that it is. And I think it really needed the two of us, our hands on the helm in almost every way, whether it's the casting, the scripting, the challenges, the tone, all of it. It's so weird and specific. I don't think either of us felt secure enough to walk away and let somebody else take care of our little evil baby. But now we have a crew and like a team, and I think an established brand where we will be able to just kind of oversee, like back up a little bit so that we can spread our energy into other areas of creativity that we would really like to do.
Yeah.
Sean from Austin writes, I love when you both write comic books. I have observed in the past, Drac, you're more of a DC queen, Swan is more of a Marvel queen, and Ian is just a queen, period. It had to be said. Love you, Ian. Joking aside, is there a particular brand you identify with more and why? Also, love when you work with the indies. Are there any writers in the indie world you enjoy?
Yeah, I think we talked about that comic series before on the podcast, which is Harrow County, which Cullen Bunn writes. If you haven't read that, definitely read it. It's really good. As far as a brand that I identify with, I don't know that I identify with them. I do like Marvel and DC both, but I do like DC a little more than Marvel. I like history a lot, so they do a lot of historical references, like with the Justice Society and the Golden Age and all that stuff. And I'm a huge fan of that. And legacy characters. That's why I always wanted to expand into Dragula. Remember, like Landon Cider 2, things like
Yes.
I hope it happens one day. I would love someone to audition and be like, I am Violencia ! Too.
I'm actually Violencia ?
Yeah. Love it. This listener's assessment is pretty accurate. I would say I probably gravitate more toward Marvel characters, and I love mutants and the parallel of being an outcast and being a queer person and all that in the storytelling. So that's where I gravitated toward.
Oh, plus Wonder Woman's in DC, so duh.
Do live for Wonder Woman. I mean, honestly, when I was a child, I couldn't get enough of her. Like that old 70s show had me together. Like, and Drac and I were driving down the street last week, and he started like, I'll be like, do you want to DJ? And I'll let Drac DJ while I drive. And he put on the whole array, starting with the original Wonder Woman theme song, and then into all the iterations. Like as it got more popular, they got a little bit more coin, and the song changed and got better. And we heard it.
Check out the season 4 intro on YouTube. It is truly funkadelic. And I love it. It's my favorite one.
Yes, funkadelic. Derek asks, what is the Boulet signature fragrance when in drag and when out of drag?
Well, currently in drag, it is Nosferatu from Heretic Perfume Company.
Oh my God, do you love it?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I've been wanting to get my paws on it.
You can order a sample set of their stuff, and they send you like 5 little vials so you can test them. And I did that first because I was like, you can't buy perfume and cologne online. I'm like, give me a break. You have to smell it. But I was like, well, maybe I'll order a sample and see. And I do like it. And their other scents are really good too.
I'm wearing the Poltergeist from the same Heretic.
I tend to wear stuff that smells very smoky. I think I'm not into sweet. I like kind of smoky, or I even like that sort of dead flower smell too that you see sometimes in things, and grass and kind of earthy smells. I'm into that as well.
Ray from Alberta writes, I've recently gone back and started listening to the podcast from the beginning, and I've really enjoyed the horror guests you've had on. Do you think that Lynn Shay would want to come on Dragula to guest judge? Loved the interaction between y'all.
I remember that so vividly and specifically, and it was a great interview. I think at the time it was either during the pandemic or just after the pandemic, because Lynn was talking about their experience kind of being holed up in her house on the mountain, Hollywood Hills, and just, being sequestered there. I got the sense that Lynn was very private and selective. So I'm not sure if Lynn would take the opportunity to come on the show, but God, if she wanted to, I would be so happy to do it.
I don't think she wants to judge people, is what I think it is. Because there are some celebrities that don't want to do that. There's a lot that do, but there's definitely some that don't.
LJ from Milwaukee writes, Ian, I'm not sure if anyone has told you yet, but you have a pitch perfect voice impersonation of Madeline Hatter. Every time you impersonate her voice, I just gag because I do believe I'm listening to her and not you. Brava. Oh my God, well, thank you.
It's not just the pitch, it's the shit that you choose to say too, because Madeline is so specific, and I really think like you channel her. Why don't you give us a little sample?
I just want to say thank you for having me on the podcast because I know there's a lot of queens who you could have, some more talented than others. And, I just think it's really fun. Like, I just love it.
How's your BBL?
Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? It's amazing. My first one didn't really, it just wasn't like big enough, it wasn't big enough. And so like now it's like really fierce.
Really fierce.
I love Madeline. Like, and I think if I can speak on it, like, I think I'm going to speak on it. Like, I think the best impersonations come from like characters, people, like icons that you really appreciate because like, and I hope everyone knows, like, I'm not making fun of Madeline. Like, I'm a big fan of hers. And so when I do that voice, like, I really am. I'm like, I fucking love her shit. Like, I think she's so funny. And it really does come from a place of love, even if I am ribbing her a little bit.
It's obvious that it's coming from a place of love. And she is such a character. She's so entertaining. And, she just says what she thinks. She really does not give a fuck. There's not, a ton of people like that.
Amy from London asks, being a new fan, I have missed all of your visits to the UK so far and was wondering, with the season 6 US tour coming up, do you have any plans to continue on to the UK after? This is me begging on my hands and knees.
Well, we've said it before. It's no mystery. We absolutely love going to the UK. Every time I go there, and we've been maybe 3 or 4 times now, I love the cities. I love the people. I love the fans because they're very specific. They're dark and they totally get it. There was talk about adding some UK dates as well as some European dates, but I haven't heard that in a while. So I'm not sure. Drac, do you know anything?
I don't. I know that they're still working on it, so there is definitely a possibility. I think people want it to happen. There's so much weird stuff going on. There was COVID for a long time and the fallout from that. Then there was, in our country, it was in a different space than the UK was for a long time. Now there's all these weird immigration things happening that are kind of getting in the way of some of the plans we have. So, I want to see it happen. We're going to push to see it happen, and hopefully it does.
Gabriel writes, in some episodes, I noticed you two do the hand to elbow roll, shake gesture, and I can't place where I've seen it before. Help remembering or backstory would be much appreciated as you two have completely adopted and replaced any other memory I have of seeing it.
Well, darling, you definitely need to go back and refresh and rewatch the Rocky Horror Picture Show because that is the traditional Transylvanian handshake that Drac and I do expertly. Actually, not expertly. That shit is hard. I'm like, do you rub elbows? Does it go all the way up? Hi, I'm short. Like, I'm smaller than her. This isn't working for me. I have to reach like really high.
Do you rub elbows? I love that that's a thought process. I love it.
Really? No, it's totally.
I wouldn't say you're smaller than me.
Oh my God.
Well, as tall as I am.
Well, I'm not as tall as you and I'm not as heavy as you are. So I would say small is a good adjective.
But you do have that kind of portly shape,
She really needs to get her glasses on.
Oh,
she's like a little Thumbelina.
I would say this is one of the few times where I think it's a good thing that we don't all record in the same room. Otherwise, we'd have to cut and pick back up.
Totally.
Kaylee writes, after listening to the Post Mortem episodes for season 5, I wanted to ask, when you do a ghost challenge, you've created these worlds, haunted hotel, old western town, a ship. Are there any plans to redo the Pleasure Planet X challenge in a new world? Perhaps a ghost brothel? The idea for the challenge is awesome and would be great to see it executed the way it was intended as opposed to the Muppets creature theater we got.
Now, I think Ghost Brothel is taking it one step too far, but I do like the sentiment of kind of revisiting Pleasure Planet and mixing just, a high level of like sex energy into a challenge.
I'm not into that one. I think it was a dud, and I'm not like, no, we're moving on. If we do a challenge like that, it's going to be a lot more of a direct reference that you can't misinterpret. Yeah, that's my feelings on it.
Girl, right in the gustussy. Oh my God. Ghost brothel.
I do like to have a ghost challenge every season, though. You know, like I think we did Ghost Train. We did what else? Like the Ghost Hotel.
Yeah, the hotel. We did the Ghost Town. We did Ghost Ship Glamour.
Yeah. All right, it's time to end this podcast because I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. So we'll see you all next week. Goodbye.
The Boulet Brothers Creatures of the Night is hosted by the Boulet Brothers with their co-host and producer Ian DeVogler, with music by Neuron Spectre.